how y'all doing? I'm going to talk about being poor and lazy. Now, if you're poor, deal with it, okay? What's poverty mean? The poverty means you cannot afford Macy's. You have to go to the thrift shop. You know what? Deal with it. Go find you some nice clothes at the thrift shop. Find your children some nice clothes at the thrift shop. You'll be surprised. You know what? Let me go back. I remember when I was in the 8th grade, there was this girl. She was white, and this other person that I knew used to make fun of her clothes. She would say, so and so in her thrift shop clothes. That's what she would say. But see, I looked at that girl, and whoever her mother is or was, her mother made sure those dresses fit her. And they were all neat, they were all ironed and everything. And if I had to be honest with myself, she dressed better than I did. And she dressed way better than the person who was making fun of her. Way better than she did. I mean, she dressed ridiculous. Okay, now, if you fast forward 25, 30 years, the point is that the Bible says if you make fun of the poor, you reproach God. So this person who made fun of her, she was poor for the next 25 years. She couldn't even pay off a dirt cheap house. She lost that house, dirt cheap. Why? Because I'm convinced it's because she made fun of that girl. Okay, because you shouldn't make fun of poor people. But like I said, to be honest, her mother did make sure those dresses fit her. They were ironed, hemmed, and she looked cute in the dresses. Okay. So if you're poor, deal with it. You can find some cheap stuff, cheap food. I'm hearing some people got a bag of rice for 50 cents and so on. When I hit rock bottom, all I had to my name was a blender and a word processor, which I had bought with my own money. Okay. So I didn't understand it. Why am I so poor after 25 plus years of working? Because I've been working since I was 16. So I didn't understand why I was poor. So what I came to the conclusion is I don't even know what money is. I don't know what the purpose of it is. I don't know how to spend it, how to budget it, how to invest it. That's the problem. So I first of all decided to make myself literate about money. So I went to the library, which is free, and I just looked at, read just about every book on money by everybody. I got Kiyosaki's, his package because he was advertising on television. I bought his package. I made myself become financially literate. And I decided to work from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. every day until I worked myself out of this poverty. And I still get up late. I still get up early. I still stay late, just to work myself out of poverty. Because the Bible says if you sleep too much, you'll come to poverty anyway. I got some business trade names to get my businesses started, and I still have that. See, if you poor, you're making it worse by being lazy, because you can deal with the poverty. You can deal with being cold, because all you got to do is put 2 or 3 blankets on your children. Okay, or make a blanket, put that on your children. But if you're lazy, that you're getting yourself into a whole nother dimension. Lazy is when you're too lazy to comb your daughter's hair or your son's hair before they go to school. Lazy is you do not do your children's laundry, you don't do your own laundry, so they can go to school and you can go to work with clean clothes. Okay, lazy is when you will not clean your own house. You will not clean your children's room or have them clean their own room. Lazy is when you don't chop any vegetables, freeze them so you can have some food for the winter. You can put that in the freezer. Lazy is when you don't want to start. You got to think, when you want to start a business, you got to think about what businesses do I want to start. You take like people who deal in drugs, they lazy too. Because they dealing in drugs, they got their luxury car, they got their Mercedes, they got their Yukon, expensive Yukon, they got their Mercedes, etc., etc. But they still don't have wisdom about money. They don't take that money and buy houses, plural. They don't do that. They just buy Lamborghinis and Mercedes Benz or whatever. You're too lazy to clean outdoors. You're too lazy to pick up the trash around your house and so on. I was looking at some of those villages in the third world, okay, and they got trash all in their villages. The adults are too lazy to pick it up. The children are too lazy, and the children don't pick it up because the children just follow what the adults do. Okay, so you see these villages in various third world countries, and they got trash everywhere. They're too lazy to pick up trash. Okay, see, when you're poor, you deal with the poverty, but you deal with the poverty. You know, you buy cheap clothes. You cannot buy clothes at Macy's. That's good. It's okay. But you can, maybe you can buy clothes at thrift store or whatever. And you can always find cheap food. You can buy cheap food, okay?